Okay, let's look at pages on your website. To get to where you can edit your pages, make changes and things like that, if you're in easy mode, you just go to My Pages. And here we see a list of the pages. If you're not in easy mode, you would get there by going to Pages. You can just click on Pages and that will take you to the exact same screen. Okay, I'm going to switch back to easy mode though for now. Okay, so here we are at the Pages section. If you notice up here at the top, there's over 20 pages on the site, but if you go and look at your website, you don't see nearly 20 pages. So for instance, when I go over here, there's 4 pages listed on the menu. Now, there are some others down at the bottom. There are some disclaimers down there, so there's quite a few more there. But still, you don't see 20 pages. The reason is there are a lot of pages on your site that are not linked to from the home page, and that's because you kind of want them to stand alone. You don't want people going to your seller who are going to your seller site to see, for instance, your buyer pages and maybe wholesale buyer pages, things like that, because you don't really want to scare off your sellers and show them exactly how you're selling properties and what kind of strategies you're using, because they may not understand it and they might, be scared off before they even get to understand what it is you do. So it's almost like your site is made up of quite a few small little mini sites. So just to give you an example of that, here is a page for commercial properties. Now if you want to look at any of these pages and see what they actually look like, what you can do is put your cursor over one of them and then click on the view. Or instead of clicking, if you want, you can right click and go to open a new tab or open a new window. So I'm going to do that, and that's just going to open up in a new browser tab. And while that's opening, I'll just say that you can see there's quite a few pages listed here, and there's actually more than what you can see because there's 2 pages of pages. So if we click the little next button here, it would take us to the next page of the others that don't fit on this first screen, and they are in alphabetical order by default, so that can help you to find them. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at this commercial property page. You can see it looks different than the rest of your website. It's basically like a squeeze page, and has a contact form and a submit button. So, but you can see there's no menu at the top to get to anything else, which is really good because you don't want people to get distracted and see other things. You just want them to focus on the form. We still do have disclaimers at the bottom because for legal reasons you need to have disclaimers, and also sites like Google like you to have these kind of links. It looks more like a real business when you do that, so it's important to have those there. So let's now that we have an idea of what the pages are and all that, let's just say that you want to make some sort of a change. Let's say you want to change something on the home page. Alright, so let's see, we scroll down and let's say I wanted to change this box down here, some of the text under what's your situation. So there's just several different possible scenarios for why people might be motivated to sell. Let's say I want to add something in here, a different scenario. So let's go over to the pages, and that is our home page. So we'll scroll down till it says home page seller, and I'm going to click edit. Okay, so here we are on the edit screen where we can make changes to the page. So you want to scroll down, and the main thing that we're going to look at is this box right here. This is where all of the content for your whole page is located. Now as you look at it, some things look different than it does on the actual page. For instance, this where it says click play to watch a short video. So if we look over here at the web page, you can see the text looks a little different. It's a different font. And here there's a YouTube video. Here there's just some text. That text is actually what pulls in the YouTube video. But as we scroll down, some of the other things are formatted differently. You can see certain things have little tags around them, like this says box. Let me just show you where that is on the page so you can see what's happening. See these little sections here? That little tag there tells the page to put a box there. So anyway, there are certain things that look a little different, but you should be able to tell for the most part where things are that you want to change. Now we want to change this "what's your situation" box, and you can see it's not actually in a box here, but we can see the text. And so let's say we wanted to add a couple items on here. Let's say I want to add another bullet point. So I just click where I want. Like right here, I'm gonna hit enter, and that creates another bullet point. And I just put in some text here. Now we want to format it the same so you can see the first part is always bold. So I want to make this first word here bold. So I'm going to highlight it, and then you just click the little B for bold button at the top, and now we can see our text is bold. So it's pretty much just like using Microsoft Word or any other word processing program. It's pretty easy to use. So that's the case. If I wanted to add another one, I could just hit enter again, type in my text, and apply any formatting that I want to do. You can also use shortcuts on your keyboard like Control B to apply bold. You can see there's also things like italics, strike through, like if you want something marked through. If you want to make your own bullet points, here's the unordered list, or bullet points is what you would use for that. You know, you can make things centered, left align, right align. You can create links. So if I wanted to create a link, I could just highlight the text that I wanted to be a link, and then click this little insert edit link button and put in the web page URL there, and click add link. So anyway, that's just an overview of that. So anyway, that's how to update, how to make changes. And then when you're finished, what you want to do is make sure you click update. Let me move this over so you can see it. You want to click the update button, and that actually saves the change on your website. And now if I were to go back over to the website and refresh that or reload it, I can scroll down and I can see that the new items I've added are here. Okay, now I've just gone back to the pages area, and just to show you a couple other quick things. And just a quick note, if you accidentally click the trash button and accidentally delete a page, there is a safety net. You can, let's say I accidentally I clicked trash for one of these pages. You can see it disappeared, and it's not active on my site anymore. I can't get to the page, but it is in the trash area. So if I click on trash, I have the option to restore or delete permanently. If you click delete permanently, it's gone forever, but if you click restore, it's going to go right back to where it was. So now there's nothing in the trash. If I go back to all, I can see that the page is back there now. Now if there are pages on your site that you're not using, you don't need to delete them because necessarily, because normally people aren't going to find them unless you give them the link. Because as I showed you, there's no links on your home page to these different pages. So generally people aren't going to know about them unless you tell them. So you can probably just leave them all alone. But if for some reason you find people have found a page and you don't want them, you're not using the page, you can put it in the trash. And then if you ever want it again, you can just restore it like I showed you. And just one other quick thing I'll show you is let me go to a page that has a form. I'll go to the commercial properties page. Now this page has a lead capture form on it. So if we scroll down, you can see there's this little bit of code, gravity form, and it has commercial property and all this. And that is actually what's pulling in the form, the lead capture form. So you don't want to delete this or mess this up at all. If you want to make changes to the form, some of the questions that are on there, let's say you want to add some new questions or you want to delete some questions, whatever, change wording, you don't do that from the page. You go to the form sections to do that, and I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. So that is how to make changes to your pages, and gives you a better idea of what they do.